Hello, diligent students of fashion. Are you loving this outfit just like I am? Let's do a quick tutorial on how to make this. I know you already guessed AI model it for me. And if you are interested in learning how to get AI to model your outfit, drop a comment. Alright, let's get started. We're using leftover fabric. So this outfit is for like age 0 to 6 months. I want the length of the dress to be like 20 inches, between 18 and 20 inches. I already have 14 inches with this fabric. I'll complete it with the black fabric. So the width of the fabric I have is just a little bit over 20 inches. So I folded it into 4. That means I have like 5.5. The back measurement I'm using is 5 inches. So I'm just marking it. Then I took the armhole down, but that is 5 inches for the armhole depth. Then find the midpoint and just shaped it slightly. For the neckline, the back I use 1 inch by 2.5 or 2 1/4, and then for the front I use 2.5 by 2 1/4. That means the width is 2 1/4. I cut out the back first and then do the side, the armhole. Okay, then I did a shoulder slant of like 1/2 inch. So I removed the front from the back, then folded it into 2, cut the armhole a little bit deeper. Okay, then cut the front neckline. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Then we're going to put a plaque in front. So I'm going to go down by like between 4 to 5 inches. So that is where the opening will be. This is for easy access. Okay, so cut it out. We're going to put a plaque there. Next, we're going to cut the black material that we're going to gather at the hem of it. Okay, but before that, just measure the opening for the plaque so that you know what you're going to cut. The length of the black fabric. We're using this black fabric for the plaque, so you know what to cut. Alright, just folding my fabric and cutting out the rough edges. First of all, I marked out what I need for the down part. So this is what I will be pleating to the down part. Then for the plaque, I cut out what I've already measured, like a little bit, like 1 or 1.5 inches longer than the opening. You can see 2 pieces of that. And because I want my plaque to be like 1 inch, I have cut 3 inches. Then when I fold it into 2, I have 1.5, you know, 2 pieces of that. Then let's cut the collar. The collar is just a simple collar. We are not using the standing collar. So this is me just measuring the neckline and then marking it out. If you need detailed tutorial on how to cut collar, okay, just drop a comment, then I may have to make another video on that. But this is just the shape of the collar. I curved it a little bit because you know the neckline is not straight. Okay, so that is what I'm doing here. So just go ahead and cut your collar out. We're going to cut 2 pieces of that, you know, both the lining and the main fabric, and then we're going to go ahead and add interfacing to our collar. Okay, initially I wanted to put something around the armhole, but I decided against it. That I was just going to use bias to turn the armhole. All right, let's go ahead and start sewing. So the first thing we want to do is sew the plaque. So I close the top part of the plaque like so. Okay, then I'll go ahead and attach it. Just watch the way I'm doing it. So because the plaque is 1 inch, we want it to be 1 inch. Your seam allowance will be 1/2 inch on both sides, so that you have enough opening when you turn your plaque in. I think I've done a tutorial on how to make a plaque, different kind of plaque, so I won't spend too much time on that. So you can see the space between each of these thread will be 1 inch, and it will be equal. It will end on the same line. So just cut out your dovetail like so, push the plaque in, and then we are ready. Just go ahead and stitch that part down, cut off the excess, and that part is ready. Go ahead and attach the back at the shoulder point. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is to work on our collar. So again, I'm measuring the collar. The collar is not going to go over the plaque, so just measure where the plaque stop and make sure that's the length you have for your collar before going ahead and stitching the parts that we're going to stitch. So just watch the way I'm doing it. Go ahead and stitch like with 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Then notch it, turn it out. Then go ahead and match it up with the neckline. We're using one side first because we're now going to have a clean finish. If you are a beginner, you can go ahead and just attach your collar like that and then overlock. But the best practice is to stitch one side first, then we're going to turn the other side. You fold it in and turn it over to have a clean finish. Now go ahead and stitch your side seam. Then I'm working on my the black fabric I'm adding to the hem. I joined it on the side, trim it very well. I did the hemming. Then I went ahead and attach it, just match it at maybe the two sides, then the midpoint at the back and in the front, so that you have an even gathers when you start gathering the black fabric on it. Okay, so go ahead and just begin to gather your black fabric. It's very straightforward. It's not a very complicated style, and I'm telling you, especially if you use a nice color combination, it's going to really come out nice. See, our outfit is ready. The last thing I did was just to do the armhole hemming, and that is it on this episode of Kiddies Wear. Have a nice day. Bye.